give out. I let love. I let go. I release. And I know I forgive. I receive. I can feel. I believe. I am healed. I am whole. I release. I know. No need to push, no need to try, no need to worry or question why. Surrender, let go, release, and know.
Thousands of years ago, the Buddha taught you are what you think.
I am love. I am peace.
I am joy.
I am silly.
I am powerful.
So a modern philosopher coined the phrase that you are what you eat.
I am organic vanilla ice cream.
I'm chia seeds.
I'm a good, strong cup of coffee in the morning.
I am mac and cheese.
Today, like millions of my human sisters and brothers on planet Earth,
I'm becoming mindful about what I eat, what I think.
but lately, I've been thinking about this.
I watch what I eat, but do I watch what I watch?
What about what I feed my mind, my heart, and my soul?
At Conscious Good, we believe you are what you watch.
You are what you watch.
Anytime you watch something that causes your soul to hurt, there's an impact.
So what's the answer?
At Conscious Good,
We think it's about feeding our minds the same way that we feed our bodies.
with nourishing choices.
After all, if media can have a negative influence on behavior, it can also have a positive one.
It's been proven that if we watch TV shows and videos about people helping others,
Cooperating and being generous.
It can actually influence us to be more altruistic and kind to one another.
Talk about paying it forward.
So next time you sit down to watch your comfort movie,
consider how you will feel afterwards. Will you be happy and energized?
That's because maybe, just maybe,
What you watch.
Read
And listen to.
matters.
I am what I watch, so I watch what I watch.
I am nourished.
I am inspired.
I am enlightened.
I am a celebration.
I am conscious.
I am conscious.
I am conscious.
I am good.
I am good.
I am good.
We
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 We are.
are.
We are.
We are conscious good.
Everyone wishes to live their best life. We experiment with various ways to achieve that, whether it is through study, competing, finding a partner, working hard, or admiring someone who inspires you. It is the quality of our inner being that does it all, or grapples with fulfilling life's calling. For the past 20 years, the Brahma Kumaris in Washington, D.C. has been a space for any and everyone to enter into and experience one's soul calling. From 1997, the center opened in an old rickety house on Georgia Avenue in Silver Spring, Maryland, where cars and trucks that passed by would shake the space. But when you were inside, it was a peaceful and powerful sanctuary for all who visited. Since then, over 2,500 events, 17 city and nationwide initiatives, 21 awards, 2 meditation museums have served youths, senior citizens, entrepreneurs, scientists, authors, women, interfaith, the disabled, environment, small businesses, arts seekers, and even leaders. Millions of lives have been served, either through social media, the popular America Meditating radio show, or through exhibitions, lectures, partnerships, and programs held in the meditation museums and centers. We look at 20 years of service as a continued journey of love, courage, wisdom, and determination with friends from diverse backgrounds and thought who believe a better world is possible when we make ourselves better human beings. Meditation is an important tool that helps us to gain greater clarity, insights, and inner power so we can make healthy choices and amplify our capacity to live a full life. In times of great anxiety, insecurity, and fear, meditation is an essential practice for everyone to gain stability and inner strength. Just look at what a few dedicated, purposeful, and kind group of committed people have been able to achieve in 20 years. Thanks to everyone who have supported us along the way. And thanks in advance to those who believe in our work and power of intent. Brahma Kumaris Meditation Museums, where peace is inside.
It's Karen Drucker coming to you from San Francisco, California, and I am here to say that I love watching The Next Normal with Sister Jenna. I get transformed, I am inspired, it's deep, it's wise, it's wonderful, just like her. I hope you're watching it too.
Om Shanti, everyone. Welcome to the Brahma Kumaris, The Next Normal. It's been our special segments because the meditation museums in Maryland and in Virginia are temporarily closed. We're not quite sure when we're going to reopen. I know so many of you have been sending us messages and emails asking when we're going to reopen. We don't know. It has a lot to do with really the safety for everyone, staff, family, the visitors that come by the meditation museum. But I sure hope that our evening sessions, Monday through Friday, have been useful for you. I know they have for all of us. We have been growing just about every night with all of the programs that are offered here. Whether it's a guest, a special guest, we've had Marianne Williamson, We've had Bishop Carlton Pearson, Carolyn Mace. We just recently had Amadine Roche from the UN. We've had, gosh, forgive me if I'm forgetting folks, but just a wonderful lineup. Lynn McTaggart, Eben Alexander, Dr. Eben Alexander, who was very insightful. Ainsley MacLeod, our wonderful brother on reincarnation and rebirth. I've particularly enjoyed the special segments with our guests because it has not only brought a fresh breath of air into the space of the next normal, but it has also helped us to increase our courage so we can become more determined post-COVID. As we're finding ourselves still at home, still not able to go back to whatever the definition of normalcy will be in 2021 or beyond, we're still grappling with who we really are and what is it that life might be calling us to be for ourselves, but also for our humanity. At this particular period, I've spoken to quite a number of friends and associates who are deeply, deeply focused on making their lives of service more than anything else. I've spoken to actors who no longer have any gigs, so to speak, to go out and go into the studios and work because of COVID, that they're at home, you know, wanting good scripts, wanting to be able to use their brands, to be able to highlight a particular social issue. This is a really good time for us to find the courage to speak up about things that need a change. I was with friends yesterday again that was talking about the Native American Indians in the United States of America are now actually coming up to speak up that they want their land back. Maybe not necessarily the entire country, but I think they're going to be coming forward, so look out for that, where they're going to be looking at, look, where are my people's property? You know, where are they? We were the first inhabitants here in the United States of America, and now we've been placed on reservations, and unfortunately some, not all, some have gotten caught up with maybe drinking and things that are not healthy, and there's some who are just not even going to touch it. They're not going to be thinking about any sort of a drugs, and they're helping to bring the community up. In every genre of life, we have tests. But what a powerful time to be of service. But sometimes when you step up to present and support a social issue, there's a question about your brand, especially if you are out there and you have been pushing your narratives forward and your audience or your fan base are just accustomed to seeing you in a particular light, and you're concerned, or your public relations or your PR company is like going, no, don't touch it. Don't talk about this, don't talk about that, it'll be an issue. I remembered how much pushback Marianne Williamson got when she was running for president of the United States. And so many of her followers were just uncomfortable with her decision to get into the political ring. And yet, if you look at her whole journey, she has been very tenacious, she has always been courageous, she has always been the one who took the initiative to move forward, and she has always been outspoken. And that is her brand, you know, to speak truth to power. But yet when she got into the political field, she just lost so many of her followers, and I just don't know why. A lot of folks were saying you shouldn't mix spirituality with politics. Now, I might be just an anomaly and unusual, but why wouldn't you bring consciousness and the awakening into this political system, especially when you're looking at how dark politics can become? Wouldn't politics actually now must be saying, I need you to guide me? Can you awaken us to remember what it actually meant to be a politician? I just thought she was perfect to be in there, to be quite frank. And I only hope that she'll get a position in some way in this new administration. And I think my biggest concern too is that people really on both sides really begin to find the courage to hold their tongue. We don't need to always speak what we think is the right thing. I really don't believe in that. I think there are times in which maybe Tom is not doing right, and maybe it's not really something that I really need to address, because maybe Tom and his family, right now, what they really need is moral, spiritual support to make them pretty strong. So, for example, depending on whatever political side that you belong to, let's say if you're still knocking the Democratic Party and you are a Democrat, that's not going to help to build the walls. Let's say you're a Republican and you're knocking the Republicans down. One of the things that I've actually learned from the administration of the GOP was just how much they stayed together. It didn't matter what was going on, if it was right or not right. They just stayed together and nobody could penetrate that. I know it was deceitful. I know that perhaps it wasn't healthy, but they had the courage, the determination to somehow stay together, because in their framing, maybe the vision that they held, I don't know, and I'm not making a political statement, but maybe the vision that they held collectively was so strong that they were willing to sacrifice some of their own personal voices. Food for thought. So when we look at courage, to create enthusiasm, it requires this fierceness in the heart. It requires that sometimes you're so afraid to do what you're about to do, but you allow that fear to really push you in the direction that you're most afraid of going. Have you ever had one of those experiences where you're really not sure if you should speak to this person, if you should start this company, if you should cut your hair? I know some people now are getting a lot of Botox, if they should do that, if they should get some sort of a fixture in their faces, change their nose, make their lips bigger. These are big decisions. There's some people who are wondering if they should go back to school, if they should change their career. And there's a fear that sits there, that feeling in you, like, I don't know if I should. There's a hold back. Have you ever felt that? Where the second thought comes and says, no, don't do that. Don't go there. No, but I have to. Look, nothing is working out here. We've got to do this. And then that other energy goes, no. Who are you to do it? You can't do that. You don't have the power to do that. You know better than that. And you kind of go back and forth and you go in and out, and your courage wanes, it doesn't get served, and you lose the enthusiasm to fulfill what you think is calling you. Haven't you felt that? Where you've just felt you don't have that inspiration to drive you forward. Now, I have heard Daddy Janku, who was the spiritual mentor of the Brahma Kumaris. This was many, many years ago. I was in my 20s. I was in New York, Great Neck, New York, at Global Harmony House, which is the regional headquarters for the Brahma Kumaris. Daddy Janki had visited. It was in the 90s sometime. God, it seems so long ago. And she said, if you're not born with courage, you can't develop it. I don't know. Somehow that stuck in me, and I said, I got to think about that one. Is that really true? And I have observed this particular soul, me, that I don't want to allow anything outside of me to tell me I can't. Now, I've met people who will wait for something outside of them to give them a signal if they should do it or not, if they can do it or not. And whether it is there for me or not, whether the props are there, whether the people are there, whether the money is there or not, I don't know. I think what I've learned from Baba in the teachings of the Brahma Kumaris is once you have the powerful thought, once you have really fed that thought is your courage. If you can move that thought forward, that thought will help to create the enthusiasm to fulfill what is needed. There are times that you make a decision about something and you regret it, or you can celebrate it. But there are times in which you wonder, you wonder deep inside, should I have done it? Maybe I shouldn't have touched it. And even when you have those kinds of thoughts, it takes away your enthusiasm for another opportunity to actually come to you. And it hits you at your courage. So are we born innately with courage? Or can we really acquire it? When Daddy Yankee says, if you just don't have courage, you won't have it, I've sat with that for a while. And I have met a lot of people, and I have, made the effort to really give them that gusto and go, you can do it, you can do it. And I found that perhaps maybe they only do it when I push them. And when I'm not there pushing them, they just won't do it. And then I go back to Daddy's point. Are you really only born with courage? Are you born with it, or can you develop it? But I think we all have been in a position and a situation where something has scared the living daylights out of us, but we had to go. We had to find the courage. Let's say you're diagnosed with an illness. You have to find the courage to see it through. Not to say that you don't want to, but you do. Let's say that you're in a marriage and it's not going so well. And you have to find the courage to have that serious, hard talk with your spouse and basically tell them, I don't think we're going to make it. How many people have done that, not realizing that they actually do have the courage? How many of you have actually had a thought to start a new business without much money, without much support, but all you've got is the passion in that business, and you did it, and it took off? I cannot believe how much money Amazon is making right now. And with the holiday seasons coming up and places are still on lockdown, can you imagine the amount of money Zoom is making, the amount of money Facebook is making, the amount of money internet companies are making, the amount of money, I said Amazon, right? Yeah. And Apple. Technology has gone way up because people are working remotely from home, so they have to buy a laptop or an iPad for their child, and that's gone up. I mean, imagine the person who had the thought, I'm going to start to sell things online. Imagine the person who had the thought, I want to create a phone that can communicate with people across the world and work on the internet. Imagine the guy who says, look, I want to create a web conference gadget or thing that wherever you are around the world, you can connect to your office and not necessarily show up. Can you imagine when they first had the thought and then they started to move in and, they must have went through whatever challenges. And even now, look at Facebook, how much money that makes. Look at YouTube. Look at what you're watching me on right now. YouTube, Facebook, whatever, even Twitter. It was a thought. And this particular individual had to push in and keep going. So courage can create enthusiasm if you choose not to sabotage that thought and bring it into a negative. We do need to believe in ourselves more. And perhaps if you celebrate those small little victories, celebrate your small victories, it could build your courage to a vast capacity. Let's take a moment and take a breath and go into our favorite part of the next normal, a little inner work, going inwards and really tapping in to where your true resource resides and where your spiritual capacity is, and where you can stimulate courage is from inside of you. So let's take a deep breath and enjoy this meditation.
For the next few moments, I'm going to reflect on my own inner being, upon who I really am. In the past, I've often thought of myself by the name which I'm called, or by what my body looks like, including the condition of my health, or perhaps the job I've been doing, or the role that I've played. I now understand that these roles, names, and appearances are connected with my body, with the part that I play in this life. I'm now going to allow myself to feel the life within my body. I am living energy, emanating from an infinitesimal point, radiating out in the form of light and vibrations. I am a star, radiating energy and light. This is my inner being, my soul. This is me. This energy is giving life to my body. My body is my vehicle, and I, the soul, am the life within this body. I can make the body move. I can keep the body at rest. I, the soul, exist. And I can think and feel. Sometimes I feel pain and hurt. And sometimes I feel tranquility and peace. Now I understand that the pain and hurt I have felt have come to me through the body. And my qualities of tranquility and peace are the true nature of my soul. I focus on my soul alone. My awareness of my body fades. I begin to feel light, traveling beyond the awareness of my body into the consciousness of being a soul. Deep reserves of peace and calm emerge from within me. Deep within myself, I feel my own original pure energy of peace. I'm surrounded by a feeling of peace. Immersed in a deep experience of peace. I am beyond hurt beyond pain, beyond the body. I exist. I have awareness. My consciousness is light and free. My life extends beyond my body. Even without a body, I, the living energy, will continue. I am eternal. I am a being of light, the embodiment of peace. I'm free, bodiless, traveling beyond the awareness of my body into an experience of light and peace. My awareness is beyond fear, beyond hurt and pain. I'm always safe because I can never lose myself. I am for always. I exist forever. And I'm so peaceful, content just to be who I am. And for these few moments, free of the limitations of this physical world. Experiencing the original, pure state of my inner being in this way accesses new feelings within me about myself. I can trust myself. Accept myself. Love myself. I am me, and I'm living my life, my role through this body to the best of my ability. And that is enough. Having love for myself enables me to be gentle on myself. I don't have to punish myself for doing or being what I'm not or what I can't become. The limitations I experience in my health, my roles, or in doing what I want to do are simply restrictions in acting through my body. And my soul is vast and unlimited. Within my soul, I can experience the limitless wealth of my treasures of peace, love, joy, serenity. And I share this with others. I do this now. I share my own pure energy of peace and love with those who are close to me, either physically close or those who may be far away and who I can bring close in my mind. As I love and accept myself and others, my soul regains the feeling of its own harmony and fullness. My inner spirit is rebalancing. Experiencing the life of my soul beyond my body has allowed my inner strength of harmony, balance, purity, and peace to emerge once again. I have the strength to love and be peaceful. And I have the freedom just to be me. And in my own time, when I feel ready, I allow my thoughts to return to the room in which I'm sitting, but only when I'm ready.
Welcome back. I thought that meditation on our inner self was so important because there are times that it's not even times, all the time. You're going to have to turn inwards to find the courage to create your enthusiasm, but also to sustain your enthusiasm. One of the most powerful gifts a human being can have or possess in their lives right now and in their personality is enthusiasm. Especially during a time where things are so uncertain. That doesn't mean that you're going to be kind of flippant or kind of out of touch with what's going on in the world. But your enthusiasm is about pushing your limits, pushing you beyond your limits, rather. It's about allowing you to turn to Source, to God, to get that power to change the limitations in your interpretations of your head. Who's to say that you cannot achieve whatever you set out to achieve? Only you. And even if there was someone in your life, a mother, a father, an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent, a brother or sister, even if they told you that you can't do something, well, you decided to accept that. And as a result of that, it hit at the deepest level of your enthusiasm in order to move your progress forward. Then you might find yourself trying to push through, pushing yourself through, just pushing. Then after a while you get tired because you still don't feel the result of your efforts. So it's not as if you were pushing in with enthusiasm. You were pushing maybe because of fear or uncertainty, but intellectually and mentally you felt, I have to do this. I have to do this. And so you push, but you don't bring the enthusiasm with you. What, is your vision not clear? Are you believing in what the person has said? Or is it just that you need something to trigger you? What is it? Only you can find that answer. When you look back and let's say if you look at one of these Marvel movies, which I've not seen except Batman, I think. I saw Batman many, many years ago, a whole group of us. But I remembered my days when I used to love to watch the Bionic Woman, the Bionic Man, even Charlie's Angels, Wonder Woman, Underdog, Superman, and Batman. And all of them had a power. And they had this courage. And whenever there was a need for the world to be saved, they weren't like, I'm not in the mood, or so-and-so told me I'll never be able to save the world. They got up and they got going. And the only thing that held them back is if they had, like, let's say, for example, Superman, it was kryptonite. And the kryptonite is symbolic of his algae. If there was any thought in his consciousness where he was stuck, in a negative thought about his capacity or his potential, he wouldn't be able to save anybody because he couldn't save himself. Think about your superhero. What is that quality in them that is connected to your own quality? Something that definitely connects to who you know you can be. For me, I love the whole Superman thing and the whole powerful mental ability to send your good wishes, your powerful vibrations, to really keep your mind so healthy, so active, so clear, but also so loved by God. I feel it's this, I think we're being called to deeply connect to God now and to develop a real deep sense of intimacy to God, so that the energy of God is like this fierce fire of love that flows through me to fulfill the thought that I'm receiving from the universe or from the destiny. Baba has always told us, in the Brahma Kumaris, there'll come a point in time that your greatest asset will be the power of your positive and pure thinking. The more positive and pure your thoughts are over a long period of time, those thoughts will come to your assistance, whereby you will be qualified to make the impossible possible, because that energy within you has been building up over a long period of time. So I would like to invite you tonight, write down the things that you think you're afraid of. Whatever it is, honestly write it down on paper. And when you have finished writing down all the things that you really think you're afraid of, turn the sheet and ask yourself why. And then try to answer why you think that particular thought gives you fear or serves your fear, which basically is the serving of your waste or negative thoughts about yourself or your potential. And when you look at your answer, read it over, keep reading it over and go, is it really true? will I really end up like that if this particular situation occurs or if it doesn't happen for me? Okay, so then once you've done that, sit in that experience for me tonight, work it through, and really give it some energy so that you can reduce the feeding of this fear, which is taking away your courage to maintain your enthusiasm. Then the next day, when you get a chance, if you can do it tomorrow, I want you to write down what area in your life rages up your heart. Like, what is it that you wake up feeling like you're ready to dream so big? There was something Santosh reminded me of this morning. Make fear tremble because you dream so big or something like that. Make your dreams be so huge that fear trembles when they see your dream. That's where your courage is. Your courage is connected to your dreams. That part of you that you keep thinking, I want to try this. I always wanted to do this when I was young. This is what I thought I was going to become. But because I ended up married, or I ended up having children, or I ended up losing my job, whatever other reasons, they are just reasons. They're not the problem. The problem is if you've lost your courage and your enthusiasm, that's the problem, why you can't fulfill your deepest dreams. It's not what's happening outside of you. It is what's happening in you. So is there something inside of you that needs changing? Is there a block? I want you to take this time and think about it. Is there anything in your personality that you've believed in so much that is actually the cause of holding you back and holding you hostage? And are you willing and open to make a change in that? What would you rather? Fulfill that dream that has fear trembling, or just tremble all day long in a little corner like a little wet cat? You don't want to do that. I don't want to do it for myself. You don't want to do it for yourself. This pandemic is your gift to go inwards, to feed your courage, to create your enthusiasm, to make you so determined that nothing can hold you back. And the only thing you're going to have to do is start with a thought. Just start with one thought and keep pushing, and keep pushing. You've got to serve something anyway. So why would you want to serve a low vibrational energy? It's not to your advantage. It's not to the advantage of the people in your life that you love. Why must I pick up the worst scenario when I could actually pick up, well, what's the best thing that can happen in this particular scene, you know? What is it that God is willing to give me as a power? And how does the universe show up? How does the drama show up to support me? I'll tell you this. If it wasn't for the teachings that I have received in Raj Yoga of the Brahma Kumaris, and recognizing how much potential there is inside of you, I wouldn't be sitting here talking with you. I just wouldn't. And to be quite frank, I would have no idea where I would be right now. But I have to tell you that that deep feeling of love and intimacy and this private relationship with God, that I feel that each time I tap into Baba's energy, something in me is changing. And the only thing that needs changing is not everything that's working good and everything that's powerful and beautiful in my life. What needs changing are the things that are not good, are the things that are of a lower vibration, are the things that are feeding the algae. And so it's the love that I am pulling from the divine that will change me, and that energy will start to bring my enthusiasm and courage and determination, and you'll just feel like so alive. In my interview with Amandine Roche on one of the next normals that we had this week, she was saying that when she suffered from PTSD as a result of being on a mission in Afghanistan, and so many of her UN workers and colleagues were being kidnapped or killed and what have you, that she had reached a point that she was so traumatized by the whole experience in Afghanistan that she realized anyone suffering with PTSD, it's as if 80% of their lives, they're numb, they're dead. And I thought that's a really high number. And so if you and I are allowing fear to take over our thinking and our dreaming and our growth and our lives, it's like we're dead. It's like there's nothing there. So I invite you today to give yourself some time to really mull over, write down what is it that you've got in you that your courage really feeds. What area of your life does courage find its way? What is it? Where is it? Write it down, read it over, look at it, feed it, give it that vibrations, go to Baba with it, pull it in, live it, bring it into action, and look at how things are going to change for you immensely. All right. I hope today's show has made some impact on you today, and it has brought you to a place of more courage, determination, and enthusiasm. Definitely, every day I wake up, I give praise to Baba, and I thank Baba for at least showing me the way in how I, the soul, can connect to the supreme energy, to keep pulling energy, to keep going, to keep going, to keep going, so that whatever we have to go through, we can do it with grace and with integrity and with faith and determination. It is the soul that needs the experience. It's the soul that needs to feel these words and bring the experience into action in order for the courage to really be fed. And I know that you have a whole lot of courage. I know you do. I don't question it one bit. In some areas, maybe we don't, but I'm sure there are so many areas that you do. Work on those areas, and little by little, there'll be more areas of growth that will emerge for you. Let us take the rest of the evening to do a beautiful meditation on the power to change by our beautiful sister, Carmen Warrington. And if for whatever reason today's conversation or sharing together has touched you, please remember to put it on the like button. And if it's your first time joining in the next normal, or welcome, what took you so long, please do subscribe and make sure you click the notification that says all, so you can get the posts that come in all the time. It's that little bell that's right next to your subscribe button, and it'll just tell you all, and then every time we post a next normal or anything from the Meditation Museum, you'll be the first to get it. Wonderful, right? Anyway, to all of you out there on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, lots of unlimited love and pure wishes and good feelings for you. And may your enthusiasm and your courage stay strong, and may you just silence those negative voices that tend to try to come and take it away from you. All right? Have a lovely night tonight. Om Shanti. Be well and stay safe.
There is no better nourishment than happiness, no greater treasure. Happiness inside will always be visible. The eyes, the face, Give happiness. Receive happiness. Powerful elevated thoughts, elevated words and actions bring constant happiness. Sometimes you battle. But experience will always be there. Great souls give happiness through every interaction. The more you share and distribute this treasure of happiness to others, the more it will increase. Blessings will emerge. Change the sorrow of this world into a world of happiness. This world has to change. Darkness finishes. Then there is light. With the power of your mind, give blessings and happiness. Your jewels of contentment, sparkling, so loved by God, by everyone, loved by the self. The power of contentment spreads naturally into the atmosphere. A contented soul never becomes distressed. Willpower. Stabilize your mind, your intellect, wherever you want, for whatever length of time you want. Willpower. Spiritual happiness. Eternal happiness. Internal happiness. The remover of sorrow, the ocean of happiness. Flow with the waves of happiness in every thought. At every second. Be double light and fly.
Hi everyone, it's Sister Jenna from America Meditating Radio. I hope you've been enjoying Wiseish, which you can get live on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube from 8:30 a.m. to 8:45. But you can also get it on demand 24/7. It's going to be your power boost for the morning. It's your daily dose for the soul. It's just going to encourage you to make the day that much more valuable. So join us. Looking forward to seeing you.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit. Thank you for my wealth. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit. Thank you for my wealth. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. My opulent, my